So today is Thursday and I'm on my lunch break. That means I came to one of my favorite spots in Ariake. It's just absolutely stunning. I never know what it's gonna look like. And I wanted to share that. Plus I kind of wanted a video of my own to like look back on this spot. But before I kind of show my spot, I kind of wanted to talk about what it's like my work, what my expectations are. So sorry, not my actual job title, but just how it works in general. So I work at 5 schools every week, and that's Monday and Friday I work all day at my middle school. Wednesday I work all day at one of my elementary schools, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I work at one school in the morning and one school in the afternoon. Now I used to just sit out my lunch breaks at work and then like rush to the next school, but I always found that was kind of stressful and I never really felt relaxed. This year so that was my last school year, but this year they kind of changed things a little bit. So my schools that I switched to are closer together. They're actually only about a 2-minute drive, and my lunch spot is only about a 1-minute drive. My Tuesday lunch spot is in between my 2 schools too. So it's perfect. And the reason I need a lunch spot, so in Japan, it's kind of opposite of what America is. So in America, the teacher's classroom is the teacher's space. That's kind of like doubles as their office. They have their own desk there and everything. So like we would say like Mr. Coatney's room, or I'm going to Mr. Coatney's class, or I'm going to Mr. Stabner's class. Like those are my high school teachers, by the way. But that's how it worked. And in Japan, it's kind of like that for elementary school, but the teachers also have their own desk in the staff room. Now, the staff rooms that I was in for, the only one I was ever really saw was my high school one, but it was just kind of like a bunch of tables together. And teachers kind of used that as a break room. Sometimes they did their meetings in there too. But in Japan, it's a bunch of desks put together, and that's how it works. And the layout always changes, but depending on the school. But yeah, so there's always people around you. You don't really get your own space, and that can be really difficult for me sometimes, especially since sometimes I don't know why they do it. And I know that it's not just my teachers that do it, so maybe it's just a culture thing, but I've had teachers come and stand right next to my desk, like less than a foot away from me, and have a really loud conversation. And I say really loud, it's probably not that loud. It's probably just that I'm irritated and don't want them to be standing right behind me. But that kind of thing really grates on me. If I'm having a rough day and I just need time to be alone, I don't have a space that I can go to that's just mine. So when I found these spots, it was just such a relief to me. And I come here almost every Thursday. Sometimes I do have to like do prep for my next school, or sometimes I do decide to like hang out with the children, which is always fun, but it's also very tiresome. Like you can't really run around with kids and then expect to be refreshed for your next school. And it's also kind of like where I go when I'm homesick. Sometimes I'll make phone calls or I'll message people from here. Yeah, but anyway, these spots, this spot in particular, I can never really guess what it's going to look like. It looks different every time I come. So it overlooks the ocean, and I'll show you guys, I'm going to try to do a trick where I can show you guys it using my camera on my phone, but I can't really flip it around. I'll figure it out. But I've never found pictures or video to actually do it justice. It overlooks Mount Unzen. Mount Unzen is actually in a different prefecture. It's in Nagasaki Prefecture, but it's an active volcano. Well, I think it's active. It's not like actively erupting, but it could erupt. I think the last time it erupted was in the 90s, and it actually grew like 200 meters or feet. I can't remember which one. But you can see it at almost every point in Ariake. And it's just kind of like, it's my comfort thing. I don't know why it is, but it is kind of, sometimes it reminds me of Mount Konocti from Lake County. And I really love living on the water again. I know I didn't live on the ocean, but I lived on water. So yeah, but sometimes you can't see it at all. And it just looks like the ocean just goes on forever. I live in a bay area. It's not like endless ocean, but, Sometimes you can't see it. Sometimes it looks very like unrealistic. Oh, it's just a very magical place. And unfortunately, it's low tide right now. It's not high tide. It looks even better at high tide. But okay, I'm gonna try to show you guys, and that's what I'm gonna end the video on. So let's see if I can do this. Ready? I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm trying. It just goes on forever. It's so beautiful. Okay, so I hope you guys saw that. If not, I will post some pictures and things of different days so you can see. I always take pictures every week I come here. So yeah, this is my Thursday refreshing lunch spot, and I just wanted to share it. So yeah.